remember the moment that I decided that this personal finance business would have an eco-friendly twist. I had popped to the shops to get eggs and some other things for an impromptu cake making session. I dragged my whole family with me for this exercise. Anyway, I picked up most of the bits we needed, then realised that I hadn't picked up the eggs. I only had about 3 choices: cheap, mid-range and fancy. The fancy ones were in a standard cardboard egg box and were free range, but they were also expensive, so they were immediately eliminated from my choices. The mid-range ones were about 14p per egg, but these were again in a cardboard box and free range. They tick my personal boxes for being able to recycle the packaging and being kind and nice to animals. The cheap ones were 12p per egg. Not even that much cheaper really, but it came in a plastic box from Caged Hens. This was my dilemma. I was stood looking at these choices for a long time. Occasionally the saving money part of me would win over and I'd pick up the cheap one, only to be instantly disgusted at myself, put them back and then pick out the other ones. I'd then dither about whether I could call myself a personal finance nerd if I didn't go for the cheapest ones. Those would go back too, and I'd scratch my head a bit longer. Eventually, my husband rescued me and chose some eggs on my behalf. I can't remember which ones he picked, but I remember the cakes we made and they were lovely. Anyway, I realised that sometimes there are times when we have to decide what is more important to us. For me, this battle between looking after my pennies and saving the environment is a common one. That's why I have created this list. Here are 7 ways to save money and the planet. Number 1, turn down the thermostat. More broadly, this can be called use less energy. Turning down your thermostat by just 1 degree will save you approximately £40 per year. Or you could get yourself a Nest learning thermostat and let that figure it all out for you. We haven't got one of these yet, but it's definitely on my wish list. It learns when you need the thermostat up and when you cope with it down, and it does it for you automatically. There are other ways to save energy, and I have a whole video about this, so check this out. One example is you could make sure that your house is well insulated, particularly your loft. Some councils offer grants to help you pay for this, so it may be worth doing your research. You could also use your tumble dryer less and stick your clothes on an airer or a washing line. Line dried clothes are awesome. They smell fresh and the sun will bleach away any stains too. Number 2, buy a water bottle. Okay, yes, this might cost you money to begin with. If you object to spending the money, then you can put it on your birthday or Christmas wish list. However, if you're the sort of person who is prone to buying drinks when out and about, then this is a must. I rarely used to leave the house with any sort of drink. Only if I was going on a hike or to a party would the thought of taking drink cross my mind. If therefore I was going shopping and I got thirsty, I would just buy myself something when out. This could have been water or some sort of fizzy drink, and most of them come in a plastic bottle. And normally I just threw this straight in the bin when I was done. None of this is good for your bank balance or good for the environment. The solution is easy. Invest in a water bottle. I say invest because you should get one that you love. This way you'll be more inclined to use it and remember to take it with you. Before you know it, you'll stop buying drinks when you are out. 3, buy a travel coffee cup. Like most people, I love a hot beverage in the morning and throughout the day, if I'm honest. Now, I have never been much of one to stop off at a coffee shop on the way to work, but I know exactly how expensive they are. I also know that they love making you that drink in a plastic-lined paper cup that will go in a bin as soon as you are done. Now, you have 2 choices with this one. Go for the full money saving option and make yourself a coffee at home. Use your fancy coffee machine and take a drink with you. Or you can take your mug into Starbucks and any other place that sells coffee and get them to put your drink in that cup. Some of these places will give you money off your drink for doing this. 4, walk instead. A bit too obvious. How many times have you jumped in your car to drive that short distance to the shop? I know that I have done it. I still do it far too often even now. We are currently a single car family, and this has forced us to be a bit more creative with our methods of travel. When my husband has the car, I've taken to walking to getting places or getting the bus. Some of these places are a reasonable distance away. Walking, cycling, taking the bus, all of these are better for the environment, and you'll probably find that all of them save you money too. Number 5, fix things. A little while back, our oven died. After having a little cry about the sausages that were lukewarm in the oven and no longer safe for consumption, I started planning what to do next. A new oven would have been a big and unwanted expenditure for us. But what else could we do? The answer was YouTube. If your stuff breaks, there will be someone on YouTube that can show you how to fix it. Our oven turned out to just need a new element. We watched a video and fixed it ourselves. We ended up spending only a few pounds, and our oven didn't end up unnecessarily in landfill. There are some things that you shouldn't try to fix on your own unless you are a pro. Please be sensible about this. Number 6, get reusable stuff. I'm slowly replacing everything I own with reusable versions. Each time I come to buy some consumable item, I have a little research and buy the reusable version instead. There are some truly fantastic products out there, and I for one cannot shut up about my silicone cupcake molds. They were a couple of pounds on Amazon and I use them so much. You may have to replace items slowly, but in the end you'll find that you're throwing away less and spending less too. Plus, you won't ever run out of these things. They are always there. Here's a quick list of things that you might want to consider switching to reusables for. Kitchen roll, rechargeable batteries for your kids' toys, razors, nappy, food wrap, and even toilet roll. I have lots of blog posts and videos about some of these things, so do go and check them out. Number 7, repurpose your stuff. Sometimes if stuff does break or wear out, and you can't use it for its original purpose anymore, but that does not mean it cannot be used for something else. When our frying pans and saucepans got to the point where they were no longer any good for cooking on, we replaced them, but we gave the old ones to our kids so that they can use them in their mud kitchen. Old fabrics are another great thing to save, particularly if you're a bit crafty. I've recycled old clothes into new clothes, dusters, patched up other clothes with them, and even made birthday cards with them. Pinterest will provide you with a long list of uses for those old fabrics. Ask yourself, what else can I do that both saves money and the planet? Let me know your top suggestions in the comments, and whilst you're there, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Until next time,